I guess a thought that I was just having too is just the idea that just the concept of identity politics in general, right, are always a tool for like liberal politicians to, in some way, shape, or form, co-opt into like in whatever way is convenient. I think this is kind of like kind of parallel to like what Phil was saying with how these major corporations, for example, might co-opt Pride, for example, because it is just materially beneficial to them, right? It's good optics. They'll put in resources into that, but there's no actual solidarity, right? There's no material, like actual basis behind that solidarity. It is purely being co-opted. So I was thinking too, like maybe like the misogyny that we saw throughout the 20th century could be argued. You could argue that that was just like art to preserve like the nuclear family and isolation of people. And then even when like the women's liberation movement happened, we saw that that in some ways like may have supported the decrease of wage, because if in the traditional like cis-het household both partners are making money, then you can pay a household, like each individual, less money and still have like one household, right? And the takeaway here isn't that we shouldn't like obviously support like liberate, like, you know, general like liberation of people, like of oppressed entities. I think obviously the issue is that I think there should be more of this a material consciousness driving it. So I guess kind of my question in general is one of like, what does it even mean to, if like I think the liberal mindset is to co-opt any gains that are made, is it possible to even like have a like a liberating movement that isn't automatically co-opted? And is there like any ideas of how we can organize in a way that that maybe mitigates or like helps, takes into account the inevitable co-opting or movement away, or like this focus on identity politics by liberal politicians that kind of hijacks the movement as a whole? I'm just kind of curious about keeping the material sanctity of a movement, I guess, without bogging it down in a way that like allows for these liberals to come in and co-opt the entire movement.